checking over each wrestler as they enter the ring and prepare for battle. Les Thatcher, very, very interesting matchup here.
Yes, it certainly is. The two masked men against the two Oates brothers. You know, I think what makes it more interesting, Michael, is the fact that Jerry and Ted Oates have not wrestled together as a team for over 2 years, and they have just been reunited and worked out some sibling differences, and I'm anxious to see this because they are a great tag team.
Mr. X starting out for his team under the mask, and of course for the Oates brothers, that is Ted Oates in the ring right now, and with us Lou Thez, 18.5 years undisputed world's heavyweight champion. Lou, we've got quite a match in the ring right now.
Yes, it looks as it is. We have the masked men here who really have the work cut out for them this evening because the Oates boys are very, very swift, to say the least. I think Jerry is really championship caliber material. I think he could very well hold a title at any time.
Crisscross in the ring. Mr. X leapfrogging again. Ted Oates setting him up. Back body drop, and down he goes.
Beautiful move. Teddy with the arm drag and takedown, controlling the action right now. We were talking about great tag teams earlier. We saw Rose and Summers. I think watch here because as what little I've seen, just a couple minutes of this match has been underway, the Oates brothers have lost nothing as far as the tag team combination, Michael.
Jerry Oates into the ring following the tag from Ted. Lou, when you have a brother team working as a tag team, that's got to be some kind of advantage.
It really is, because in a tag team thing, you really need the coordination. These fellows really have it. You know, Jerry operates a gymnasium down in Columbus, Georgia, and he's really a physical person, and these fellows work out constantly, and they really got their thing put together.
Nice move, high drop kick by Jerry Oates. X hits the floor. Arm drag takedown, goes for the tag. Ted Oates going to enter the ring.
Beautiful move as the tag is made. Ted moves in, cinches up on that arm bar, and is controlling the action. Someone else has joined us here, Michael, the lady who has put all this together, the promoter for Global International, Ann Gunkel.
The first lady of wrestling, I might add. Hello, Ann.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. There's some exciting matches tonight, and I'm really glad that Global's on the scene.
Outstanding job of matchmaking here tonight. Some of the most outstanding wrestlers in the world. You've been able to bring them right here to our arenas and, of course, to the fans at home.
Yes, we've gone all over the world and signed up some of the outstanding wrestlers that we've seen anywhere to come here tonight.
You know, Michael, we were talking about the Oates brothers being united. Of course, it was Ann Gunkel that reunited them, and with Global International Wrestling. We were talking about in the dressing room. Someone said they didn't understand how brothers could have differences and be a tag team. And I reminded them that back in the 60s, the top tag team at that time, the Bastien brothers, I have actually seen them go to Fifth City in a dressing room after a match and go out 2 nights later and win a match as a team. So, you know, they separated. They're brothers and fight like brothers in a dressing room. When they go in that ring, then it's business as usual, and they're in there to take care of business.
Tables turned on Ted Oates now. Mr. Wrestling in, going to work. Smash to the midsection, one to the side of the head. Mr. Wrestling beginning to wear down Ted Oates. Lou, those punches, they take their toll.
They really do. You know, it's amazing how the power you can put behind an elbow smash. An elbow smash can really knock a man out if it's done properly.
High drop kick by Ted Oates. Mr. Wrestling reeling. He's going to take refuge on the floor.
Mr. Wrestling obviously found a shortcut home, Michael, because he was taking a battering. But it was a wise move. He backed away. He's going to regroup out there with his partner, get a little breather, and come back and try and put his offense together.
He was being worked over fairly well in the ring right there. Lou, Mr. Wrestling doesn't look too anxious to get back in between the ropes.
Well, if I were in his position, I wouldn't either, of course. But as I said earlier, they really have their hands full tonight because the Oates boys are really very, very fine wrestlers, and their reflex is unbelievable for men of their size.
Ted Oates remaining in the ring, going toe-to-toe. Mr. Wrestling going to back him into the corner. Tag is made to Jerry Oates. Here comes Jerry.
Jerry moving in now to do battle. Mr. Wrestling, I think it's very interesting. Been watching this masked man, Mr. Wrestling. I have no idea who he might be, but obviously obvious that he has a good amateur background. I think Lou would probably attest to that. But the man is cutting corners, taking shortcuts, but you got to be careful. He can go down to that mat and wrestle with you hole for hole too, Michael.
Jerry Oates, the taller of the two brothers, looking to lock it up with Mr. Wrestling. Being a little cautious right here.
And rightly so. That's the way. If you don't know your opponent and know him well, you've got to move in there and move in easily. But Jerry, take it over. A couple beautiful hip tosses, and again, the masked man finds the ropes. He's going to take a breather, Michael.
If it gets a little hot in there, it looks like Mr. Wrestling's going to head for the ropes or head for the floor. Lou, it's very hard to pace yourself when you have a man who keeps running in and out of the ring like that.
Well, that's very true. But, you know, this fellow, Jerry Oates, is a very level-headed fellow. And he has tremendous power along with his reflex. And even if an error does occur or something, he can make up for it with the power that he has.
Masked man taking the battle right to Jerry Oates. Double teaming in the corner. Tag made back into Mr. Wrestling. Mr. X in there momentarily. Flying mare pair coming out of the corner.
Both teams pacing themselves relatively well. Both teams tagging good here, Michael, so it's a pretty even battle down to this point. You know, wrestling, unlike other sports, Lou and I have discussed this before, you may change strategy 5 times within a minute period in that ring, where in other sports, baseball, football, the game stops. It's obvious that your opponents are changing strategy or talking over their strategy. You don't have that advantage in wrestling. You've got to be able to adjust with them, so it makes it much, much tougher.
Oates bringing wrestling out of the corner. He reverses it. Ted Oates slammed into the buckle. High back body drop, center of the ring. Tag is made. Mr. X coming back in now. X going in. There's one to the side of the face.
That's illegal. Shouldn't be done. You know, close fist is absolutely illegal, but they do get away with it if the referee doesn't see it.
It's very hard for one man to see 4 men's actions,
Oh,
is it
man,
not?
you can't win this one. Refereeing a tag team match is impossible. Very tough job. I've tried it, and it's very difficult.
Tag made. Mr. Wrestling back in. Going after Ted Oates. Oates reeling now from the double teaming by the masked pair.
They've got him on the ropes, and certainly they're in command, but Ted Oates is a good ring general. His strategy is one of a wily coyote, as the old saying goes. Right now, Ted needs to make that tag. These guys switching out of that ring. It's beautiful the way the Oates brothers think as one. And certainly I'm sure Jerry's ready to make that move as soon as brother can get across that ring and within reach for that tag.
Reverse chinlock being used now by Mr. Wrestling. He makes his way to the corner and will make the tag. X comes in. Double bolo chop to the back.
Snapmare by Mr. X. Goes in a reverse chinlock. Now the masked man in a position to put Oates where he's got to work to get out of that hold or reverse it, Michael. And the masked man gets a bit of a breather himself.
Without a doubt, the strategy of the masked pair is to keep the Oates brothers from making those tags that they would love to be doing right about now.
Yes, I know, but the masked boys are very, very good, but not as well coordinated as the Oates boys. Apparently, they just haven't done their homework as well, you know, because it's a very difficult timing. It's such an important thing in tag team wrestling.
Tag is made again. Mr. X back in the ring on Ted Oates quickly. Whips him to the ropes. Oates coming in high. Knee lifted, a beauty. And then quickly, Mr. Wrestling trying to keep Oates from making a tag to Jerry Oates. Ted does make the tag, and Jerry's going to town.
And Jerry, you battle with both of them by himself, Michael, and some beautiful moves. Now, Ted Oates back into this one, and we've got a Pier 6er on our hands.
An explosion in the ring. Both masked pair, they're going to bring the Oates together. No, sir, reversal. And the masked pair slam together in the center of the ring. Jerry Oates for a body slam on Mr. X. Coming in, setting up and going for the figure 4. No, a spinning toe. I beg your pardon, a spinning toe.
Yes, he has him. He's got to concede. He had to concede.
Without a doubt, a submission hold. He looked like he was going to set the figure 4, and at the last minute, he goes into the spinning toe hold.
Beautiful move on the Oates brothers' part. They come up with an important win.